Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a very exciting and long overdue video. I'm going to be showing my full photocard collection. I have put this off for so long, and I recently asked in a poll when I hit 100 subscribers what people wanted to see, and this was like the most highly voted out of all of the options that I had. I'm going to be doing all of the photocard specific binders first because I don't know if people are really interested in seeing my larger inclusions. So I'll be including the larger inclusions at the end of the video after I show all of my photocard binders. So if you want to stay tuned for that, feel free. If you just want to see the photocards, completely understand. That's why I'm doing them first. But we're going to start with my A5 binders. I'm going to kind of have a similar setup to the way I do my normal photocard sorting videos, where I start with my A5s and we work my way up to the larger inclusion, or like the larger binders. So I'm going to start with this binder right here, which this is the binder that I use for my girl group collections. I don't know how to explain it really. Basically, it's for any girl groups that I have a bias in, that I have their photo cards, but I don't collect their photo cards. I put them in here. So for instance, like Blackpink, my bias is Rosé. I've pulled her once, so I have her card in there. I hope that makes sense. And then we have Dami from Dreamcatcher, which I have quite a few of her cards because they always like bless their albums with lots of photo cards, and I have a good majority of their albums, so I've gotten really lucky and pulled her quite a bit. And then while Taeyeon technically isn't my bias in Girls' Generation, my bias is Sooyoung. I do have all of her, like a good majority of her solo album cards, so I did put her solo album cards in here because I just wanted to. And then I have Hikaru from Kepler. I've talked about this in my photo card sorting videos. I really want to collect her cards, but Kepler just has too many cards, so I just am very casually collecting her. And then we have Chaewon from IZ*ONE and LE SSERAFIM. I have a couple of her IZ*ONE and a couple of her LE SSERAFIM cards. And then we have Momo from TWICE, which I have quite a few of her cards as well. So that is all from this binder. So now I'm going to do like the boy group equivalent of this. Which is in this binder right here. It's cute. I got these binders from Meow Cafe shop back when they were still selling like random binders and stuff. They were like doing a deal like 5 for $25 on their binders, so I just like bought a bunch of these binders to use for like collections like this. So for boy groups, first one is AB6. My bias is Woong, and then we've got Jun from A.C.E. He is my bias from A.C.E. And we've got Moonbin from Astro. And we've got Young K from Day 6. And then we've got Taesung from Ghost 9. I used to collect him before he left the group. Now I don't really collect anybody from the group, but I just keep whoever I pulled. And then I have Mark from Got7. Kenta from JBJ. Hwanwoong from Oneness. Junji from Only One Of. Yuto from Pentagon, Joshua from 17, and Kevin from The Boys, and Ken from VIX. So that's all I have in this binder. So now we're actually going to get into like members I collect and things like that. So we're going to move into my Jay Chang binder, which, warning ahead of time, the sleeves are too big for the binder that he's in currently. I was going to stick him in my Prism Platinum binder with Woozy, but he doesn't fit. So he's back in a little Beyond D binder, but the pages are too big. So please just excuse that. I haven't had a chance to swap out the sleeves yet. So that's, he's just living, but don't worry. I keep him like this, laid down like this, so that the pages don't bend or anything like that. So yeah, here is his collection. I have his Boys Planet card, and then these are from the little photo book that he did before he debuted as a solo artist, and then this is where his solo album starts. I'm still missing a few cards, but we're working on it. So he had quite a few for his solo album, so yes. And then we have the Pobs from his solo album. And then we have his one-packed cards. So these are when he debuted in one-packed. And then I do plan to collect him for the new album for the new group that he's in, but I haven't done that yet. Then here's just some Polaroid strips from his photo book. So that is all I have for Jay. So now we will move into my Rise and ZB1 binder. we're blowing through the binders right now, but we'll eventually slow down. These collections are really small, which is why they're in these A5s. But we're going to start with my Rise collection. So I collect Shotaro and Sunghan. For Shotaro, I do also have some of his cards from NCT, but they're in the NCT binder. So I kept his NCT cards and his Rise cards separate, if anyone's wondering. This is a US press. This is a Japanese press. And then moving back to ZB1, I collect Matthew, but I also low-key kind of collect some Gunuk. So this is my Matthew collection. And I do have some Pobs as well for him. And then this is an extra page because I know that I think they're going to be doing a comeback soon. And then this is my Gunuk page. So that's all I have in this binder. So now we're going to move into one of my girl group binders. Alright, so I have two girl group binders. So this is the first one. This is my Meow Cafe binder. I keep Danielle, Yeri from Danielle from New Jeans, Yeri from Red Velvet, and then I also plan on storing Hitomi from IZ*ONE in here. I do have some of her cards, but I haven't had a chance to put them away yet, so her section will be empty, but I'll still show it off just quickly. Because I'm not collecting all of her cards, I'm only going to be collecting like her selfie cards and none of her like concept cards. So, but first we have Danielle from New Jeans. So here's her collection. I do have all of her cards currently. I have thought about collecting some Pobs, but at the moment I'm too focused on some other collections, and so it's not as high of a priority for me at the moment. But for now, you know, this is where she's going to live. I did kind of tweak the sets a little bit so that I can make these pages look a little bit better because there were so many mismatched that I was just like, I need to do something. And then here's where my Yeri collection starts. And I have made some progress on her. I'm missing like, I think only 4 or 5 more old cards. And then I'm missing like 2 Chill Kill cards. I have been working on trying to get caught up with her collection. Some of her older cards are a little bit more difficult to find, so, but I'm not doing too bad with her collection, so there's that. And then, like I said, I'm missing some Chill Kill still, too, but it is what it is. And I've got some random merch cards that I've gotten as freebies. And then, like I said, this is where Hitomi's gonna live. There's really not much. It's just a bunch of sticky notes currently, so I won't go into too much detail. But yep, that's where she's going to be. I have quite a few of her cards already, but currently I, again, either haven't put them away or they just haven't arrived yet. So that is that girl group binder. So then we're going to move into my second girl group binder, which is actually from a Prism Platinum binder. So here is where the rest of the girl group members that I collect live. And this one is pretty hefty. It's pretty full. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I've talked about it in my Photocard sorting videos that I'm probably going to have to move somebody out. But I will start with my Ning Ning collection because she's one of the ones that I've been thinking about moving out of this binder just because aespa has so many cards that, like, yeah, I'm thinking about moving her out. I do have her collection complete. I just haven't put the final cards away that I'm missing. I'm missing that Zine version or Zine version. And I do have it coming in with Neokyo. I literally have a Neokyo package showing up, I think, like tomorrow that has like the last 2 cards I need in it. But it's okay. I just needed to record this video, like I said, or else I just would never do it. And I have the time right now to do it, so that's why I'm doing it. And then we have some of her merch cards and Pobs. So I know I mentioned in my Photocard sorting video, I want to collect all of her cards with her purple hair from like Life's Too Short Girls era. So I'm going to be doing that. And then I do have some extra miscellaneous Pobs from like, and merch cards right here. I do have these larger cards. I would eventually like to move them back into these pages. I just don't want to mess with them. So that's where they live. They're from the My World albums. And then we have the next collection, which is my IVE collection. So I collect Call and Ray, and I'm working on their collection. I have all of their older albums, but I'm still working on IVE Mine currently. Or not IVE Mine, Batty. I'm working on Batty currently. So, no, which, that is IVE Mine, isn't it? It is IVE Mine. I don't know why I'm thinking of IVE or whatever. Yeah, so I have most of their, like, regular album versions. It's just like the other exclusive versions, like the Digipacks and then the P Live or whatever. I don't know if I'm going to collect these. These are hard to find. So, and then I just have an extra, like a Pob page kind of for them. This is fake. Don't worry, I'm aware. I'm aware that this is fake, and then also the limited cards for Ive are also fake, because I just didn't want to pay for the prices, so I just bought some that I knew were fake. So don't worry, I'm aware that they're fake. And then I collect Chaehyun from Kepler. I have all of her cards pretty much. I think I'm only missing like 2 cards, but her Magic Hour section is going to be really empty, but I do have the cards. Again, I have a lot of cards incoming. I've been really trying to work on my collections to get them caught up. And so I was hoping to wait, but then I was just like, if I wait any longer, I'm just not going to do it. And I would feel bad about like posting that poll and promising a video and then never following through with it. So that's why I just decided to do it now. So that's why I'm missing all these. And I did figure out what was going on. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I did figure out what was going on with my whole setup for this. Because I know I was talking about it in the last photo card sorting video, where I didn't know what was going on with the cards. I did figure it out. I accidentally purchased the same cards twice. And I just didn't set up properly for it, because I think I was going to put the concept card here, and I was going to put the Polaroid here, and I was just going to keep the selfie cards here, and so that's what the confusion was. So yeah, we've got that figured out now. So that is the girl group binder number 2. So now we're going to move on to my Woozy collection. So this is where I originally wanted to stick my J collection, but Woozy has 17 have so many cards that like I could not. So he's just gonna have to stay in a smaller binder for now until I can move Woozy into a bigger binder. I'm probably gonna move into an A4 as well, even though I love the setup for an 8/5. 17 just has too many cards for me to be doing an A5 setup anymore. It's just impossible. Same thing applies for Woozy that applies for everyone else. I do have a lot of these open slots. I have the cards incoming. I just don't have them on me currently. That Nyokyo package, I'm telling you, the photo card sorting video that package is in, we're going to be finishing a lot of collections. We're going to be really close to finishing a lot of collections with that video. Whichever video that ends up being in, either April or May, I don't know. Or whenever this video gets posted, this video might not get posted till after I put those cards away. But if it does, I promise I have them. I have all of them. It's just... yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I really see, like, it's pages like this. This is why I want to keep him in an A5, but unfortunately he just has too many cards to keep in an A5, so it's really sad, but I'll figure it out. I'll make, like, the setup look nice and stuff, hopefully, so yeah. So that is all his cards, and then I do also have some larger inclusions just back here. I'll just show them off real quick. I have his like lenti from Director's Cut, and then I have like some Polaroids and stickers from 17th Heaven, and I have a signed 17th Heaven signature postcard from him. Are we supposed to like put our usernames and stuff over those? Let me know, because I have been, just in case, because I've seen other people do it, but then I've seen other people that don't do it. So I've just been doing it out of precaution, but if I'm being silly and like doing that and I don't need to be doing it, let me know. So the next binder we're going to get into is my NCT binder with my Dream, my Wavy, my Wish, and my Dojejung collections in them. 127's in a different binder, so I say Wish, but I actually haven't put any NCT Wish away, but this is where they will live once I do put them away. And I actually have decided on 2 members that I'm going to be collecting. I know in my photo card sorting video I said I was only going to be collecting 1, but I'm a sucker for collecting 2 members in NCT units, so... but for Dream I collect Mark and Jeno, so this is the Dream section. And then when Mark wasn't in Dream, I did just do the 2 Weeboom and the 2 Reload cards on a page together, because then when I flip to the next page, it goes to Hot Sauce, and then I can do Mark, Jeno again. So it worked out really well just to do it that way, so that's why I did it. But I am pretty close to finishing my Jeno collection. I've had Mark completed for a while. Well, at least up until the more recent comebacks. I'm slacking on, like, fact check going forward. I'm slacking, so... for NCT units. But I'm not doing too bad. I'm missing some ISTJ, I guess, as well, so There is the Dream collection, and then this is the Wavy collection. I collect 10 and Xiaojun. I have 10 complete. I'm just missing some Xiaojun. And I don't even know if I'm ever going to get his takeoff cards, which is why I have that Kickback Kino 10 card there, because I just don't know if I'm going to be able to complete it, honestly. And then this is where NCT Wish will go. I haven't announced who I'm going to be collecting yet, but I will just kind of like mention it in this video because, yeah. I'm going to be collecting Jaehee and Sakuya, I think is how you say his name. Those are who I'm going to be collecting for Wish, so they're going to go there. This is my Super M section since 10, and I collect 10 and Mark, and they're both in Super M. I decided to do a little section for their cards here. And then this is back here. I said Dojae Jung because I collect some Jaehyun cards, but I am really considering collecting him for just Dojae Jung and then full group stuff. But I do have some extra cards from like 127 and things, so that's just kind of where they live, is like back here. So that is the NCT binder, NCT Prism Platinum binder. Now we're going to move on to my 127 collection, which I collect Mark, Tail, and Johnny. So this is my A5 wide binder for 127. I just do a 3 pattern for their photo cards. So we start off with Fire Truck, and since Johnny wasn't in Fire Truck, I took these cards. I don't remember which album this is from. Oh, Two Baddies. This is from this is 2 of his pops from Two Baddies era that I just took and I put here because they feel like they kind of fit. Not really, but it was a good way of, it's a filler. It's a filler since Johnny wasn't in Fire Truck. It's just an easy way for me to fill the page and make it look decent. And then we've got Fire Truck, Regular, Irregular, Regulate. I don't know why I'm saying the album names. Superhuman. This is Kick That, Kick It. I don't remember what the album name was at the top of my head now. Punch. Sticker. We've got more Sticker. Two Baddies, I think. Yeah. I think Two Baddies starts right here. There's a lot of Two Baddies cards in here. I went a little crazy during Two Baddies era. And I collected like all of the like version exclusives. I'm never doing that again. I'm only collecting Target exclusives going forward because that was so chaotic that I never want to have to do that again. Right here starts AO. These are all AO. And these are AO Pops. This is where Fact Check starts. And this is where my collection's starting to have a few holes in it. I'm working on it. And I'm also working on Be There For Me, which Be There For Me starts right here. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on currently. So now we're going to move into my Stray Kids collection. I collect Xiumin and Felix from Stray Kids. So I also keep them in an A5 wide binder because they have so many cards. These guys are another collection that I think I might have to eventually move into a bigger binder because they've pretty much filled up this A5 wide binder as well. But you're going to mostly notice that I'm missing Xiumin. I have all of Felix. I just don't have all of Xiumin. So you're going to notice a lot of the spaces up here are going to be empty in their earlier albums, but their later albums I've been doing pretty good about getting all of his cards. So I just decided to start collecting him, I think during like Maxident or era, I think is when I started collecting Xiumin. So I was able to get like some of their older cards that were like around that general time frame, like during Ordinary era. I think I have all of Ordinary eras, and I think I have a lot of No Easy as well. Sorry, I don't know if my hand was like just blocking, so hopefully not. But yeah, so this is where we start to see full collections and kind of see the vision for like what the binder's supposed to look like. But yeah, it's been a process. I've just been slowly working on Xiumin. I've had Felix completed for a while, since last year at least. So, yep. And then I think I do have a page back here of just extra Felix stuff. So I have some limited edition cards. And then these are all like POBs. Because I have no self-control when it comes to Felix. And I really want to collect some of his POBs and things. So, but yeah, this is where my Ivan collection used to live. And he outgrew that. He outgrew this binder, so I decided to put Stray Kids in here. So the next binder I'm going to get into is my Ishion from On-Off I'm going to get into a A5 wide binder with his cards. So this is actually one of the very few collections I have that's fully completed. So I just completed this like last month, which is exciting, but they did just announce a comeback. So I do have all of the versions on order. So we'll see what my pulls are, and then I'll kind of go from there. But yeah, his collection is completed. I do have some full sets in the back that I'll show as well. So that's why some of his cards might be missing from up here, is because they're back in the full sets back there. But his collection was really easy for me to complete once Pokemarket added on-off to their website, because like before then it was really hard to collect him, but ever since they added him to Pokemarket, it's been so easy, which is why I was able to complete him so easy. I know in my photo card sorting video I talked about collecting a second member or collecting full group, but I think I'm just going to collect him for now. Again, I've thought about maybe collecting Wyatt, but I like him being in an A5 wide binder, and I really worry that if I collect another member, that I'm not going to be able to collect all. I'm going to have to move him out to a bigger binder. This is where the full group sets start. They're not actually technically sets. They're just kind of a mixture from each album that I just thought looked aesthetically pleasing. Like, this is my favorite page. I love this page so much, but they're actually from different album versions. But I just think it looks very nice. So I just kind of did that. I would like mix album versions, and I would just make a set that I think looked aesthetically pleasing. This is where my on-off collection started before I collected Xiumin. So, yeah. And then I have like their limited edition. Like, this was a limited card that you could only get. I think they only printed like 500 or something of them, and I managed to pull it. So, that is that. And then we have some like non-album card sets. So this is their like light stick, and these are their season's greetings. Sorry, my video cut off, but we're gonna move on to the larger binders now. So yeah. So this is a binder that I don't usually show off on my account, just specifically for the fact that I don't really collect these artists anymore. But this is basically the binder that I use to keep all of my photo cards for albums that I have, but I don't really collect their albums anymore, or I don't know, like this, or they're disbanded. So this is just kind of where like a lot of the photo cards for my extra albums live. So I'm just gonna kind of go through and show which groups are which, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna start up here. I have 24K. These are all AB6, April, Astro, more Astro. This is Bay 1. I got this in a trade. So this is actually Bay 173. Write it down here. BAP, Blackpink, more Blackpink, Block B Bastars, Boys Republic, Cross Gene, more Cross Gene. More Cross Gene. This is from it's either D1s or Dice. I don't remember the name exactly. They're like from the same company as Dreamcatcher. I'm pretty sure they disbanded. I get some cards in like random photo card trades, because I do random photo card trades from time to time. So I'll get like random members from like random groups cards. So we've got some Day 6, Gugadon, FX, some extra cards, Girls' Generation, Got the Beat, or whatever, that like subunit, but it's basically Girls' Generation. Got 7. I have quite a few Got 7. More Got 7. Gugadon. Wait, what did I say this other girl group was then? Oh, this is Everglow. Sorry. I saw this card and it reminded me of this card. So yeah, this is Everglow. My apologies. It's literally in alphabetical order. I don't know why I didn't think about that. So this is Gugadon. This is a boy group called, I'm going to butcher their name too, HAWW. I'm pretty sure it's Ha or Ha. I don't know. But yeah, so that's them. I think Rocky, I think his brother's in this group. I saw their debut stage and it was really good, and I really liked their debut album, so I bought it. So this is History, Icon, Infinite, IOI, a.c.e, Eyes. This is all Eyes. More Eyes. Eyes1, Eyes1, JBJ. This is Donghan from WeI. He was also in JBJ. I don't have any WeI albums, so I just keep him with JBJ. Just B, K&K, Limelight, and then I do have some Monsta X solo cards and unit cards. I do collect Wano very casually, but I do have all their unit cards and things in here, and then like their full group cards in here as well. Some more group cards. This is Newest, or Newest, however you say it. Oh My Girl, I have a few. Oneness, more Oneness, Only One Of, Pentagon, more Pentagon, SF9 down here at the bottom row. Hopefully I'm not speeding through this too quickly. Hopefully not. More SF9, Super Junior, The Boys. This whole side's The Boys as well. Also, if you're wondering about the sleeve situation, I try to repurpose my sleeves. If I decide not to use them for collection anymore, I'll usually try and put them in here. So that's why some of them have been hollow and some of them haven't. It's just because I'm trying to repurpose my sleeves instead of just like getting rid of them. So I either try and like use them for trades, or I'll use them for collections that I don't show off on my account a lot. So etc, etc. So hopefully that makes sense. This is all The Boys. This is TNX, I believe. Yes, TNX. This is a POB I got through a random trade as well. TRC and G, their cards. I have all their albums. Treasure, UNB, this is all Wano1. And then I also have all these. These are also Wano1. I didn't double side these pages because of the art on the back of them. So I didn't want to like cover that because it's really pretty. So this is all Wano1 as well. And then we've got one more Wano1 card up here. These are winner. These 3 cards are winner. And then these 2 cards right here are X1. So that's all the cards that I have in here. Again, it's just from a lot of groups that I just have albums for. But maybe I don't collect. Just kind of like a one-off thing. I have a lot of albums. I have like over 1,000 albums, I think. So a lot of these cards are just from collections that either maybe I collected them in the past, but I don't collect them anymore. They're disbanded. Or like I said, sometimes I do random Photocard trades on Instagram. So sometimes I'll get from groups that I don't even collect. But I want to keep them because, you know, I love doing random Photocard trades. It's kind of like a fun thing to do, and it gets you into new groups and things like that. So I keep their cards just for fun. But yeah, so this is just kind of like a binder you probably won't see very often on my account. But yep, so now we're going to move on to the next binder. So this binder is for photo cards of groups that I am actively collecting their albums for. So yeah, this binder is very full. So we start off with A.c.e, which I need to get their new album. I know they just recently came out with a new album. So these are just all the A.c.e cards that don't include June. So, because like I said, I have all of June's cards in another binder. So this is just basically all the cards I have for anybody who isn't for all the other members. And then I have aespa, any cards that aren't Ning Ning. So that's something you'll kind of see is this will be for like all the cards that are for members maybe I don't collect, but I want to keep some cards. So like ATs, I collect Seonghwa, but I still have some like random ATs cards in here that I've just kept. Or like full group cards. BTS, I have at least 1 card of each member that I wanted to keep. And then I am collecting Yoongi. Or like solo cards, like these are from Jungkook's album. Same thing here with like the unit cards or like the full group cards. And then Dreamcatcher I have quite a bit for just because they have a lot of cards in their albums. So this section's gonna take a minute, so I might be quiet for this section because I don't really know what else to say. And then I got 1 page of ENHYPEN cards. These are from their Weverse album, I think. I bought the Weverse album, so I got the whole set. These are my Ghost 9 cards. Kepler, we've got some extra Kepler cards. This is Le Seraphim. More Le Seraphim. Luna. I was collecting like all of their cards for a while, or their albums for a while, so I have like all of, like the pre-order or like the pre-debut cards and things. And then I have most, I stopped collecting all versions of their albums once they debuted as a full group because I just kind of lost interest and got interested in some other groups, so I don't have all of them. I do have some Lucemble in here, but I kept Lucemble with Luna because it's basically Luna. New Jeans, everybody but Danielle. This is some extra on-off cards because Hyojin had a solo, and then these are from the storage version, and this is an extra card from their their debut album. And then we've got some extra Red Velvet cards from units. I couldn't get rid of this Irene. She follows me. I've pulled her 3 times, and I've traded twice, and she came back a 3rd time, and I kept it as a sign to keep her, so that's what that is. This is from the unit, and then these are from Wendy's album, Joy's album, and Solgi's album. Some more miscellaneous Red Velvet things that I just apparently just decided to throw in here and not organize. Rise, I have this Sungchan US press version card. 17, I've got some Vernon pops. I don't know why I have Vernon, and I don't know why I have this Joshua. It's a little unorganized, you know? I need to move Vernon and Joshua into, like, their cards fully into the other binder, but into, like, the biases binder, but, you know, this is where they live for now. We've got some larger inclusions for them. Shiny, this is just their full group releases, and then obviously like this Taemin from Super M there, and then this is their solo releases. So this is Onu's solo release, Jonghyun's solo release, Minho's solo release, and then of course all of Taemin's solo releases because he has more. Group cards for Shiny. Then we have Stacy. I have a couple Stacy albums. Extra Stray Kids stuff. Don't ask me why I have all these extra Stray Kids things. I don't know. I just do. Stray Kids units and group photo cards. Lots of units and things. Super M unit and group cards, and then the ID cards. Twice the OT9 set, pre-order benefit sets that you get. I have those, and then I just have the rest of my Twice cards that aren't Momo, which I have quite a few because Twice is very generous with their photo cards. And then we have Vix right here, and then we have Psychers, which this page. I haven't decided, but I really am trying to decide who I want to collect. I really kind of want to collect someone from Psychers, but I'm trying to decide between Xiumin, Minjae, and Xion. So I haven't really decided yet. So there's my Psychers collection, and then ZB1, I just have this extra POB. So that is the groups I am actively collecting binder. So now we're going to get into my Pristin and 9i binder. So here is my Pristin and 9i binder. Since they were both 10-member groups, I keep them in a wider binder so I can store all 10 cards on a page in these pages, in these like 10 pocket pages. I know 9i recently is now a 9-member group, but I'm still going to keep them in this binder because I still want to keep the OT10 collections. I did finally get these 2 Xiumin cards that I'm missing too from their first album. They're also in that Neokyo package, so I'm like really sad because I would have a completed 9i collection if it wasn't for those 2 cards, but it is okay. So here is their debut album sets. And then their second album. I don't double side these because the sleeves are a little snug as it is with just the single sleeve. So I just don't want to like damage the cards. So that's why I do. And then I did switch them to 9 pocket pages for their new album, New Mind, since Winnie didn't participate. And then he announced after New Mind that he's going to be leaving the group. So I decided to move them to 9 pocket pages. Since going forward, they're going to be a 9-member group. So there's both sets for New Mind. And then I have the ID cards from their New World and their second album, which I don't remember the name of all of a sudden, but their second album. So these are from their first album. This is from their second album. I just collected my top 3, which are Eden, Vaughn, and Joohyung. Joohyung is my main bias. Eden is my second, and Vaughn is my third. But I just did them in age order. And then I have the Joohyung Pop page, because I do kind of collect his pops casually, and then I also collect some of Eden's pops casually. So here's Eden's. I don't really collect Vaughn's. And I do have this extra Jihyo pop that I can't part with. He's so cute. So, and then I have some of their larger inclusions. I have one of their like a photo strip. And I did finally buy some more Meow Cafe sleeves. So now these are actually stored in their proper sleeves. So they're actually stored in 4 pocket sleeves instead of like the sketchy, like weird pages I was keeping them in before. So it actually looks much nicer now. And I'm actually able to put these in here, which thank you to the subscriber who suggested these sleeves. I didn't realize that the 2 pocket pages from Meow Cafe would fit these larger cards, but they do. So it's been really nice to actually have these in here now. So thank you to the subscriber who actually like mentioned that Meow Cafe had the pages that fit these. So thank you so much for that. So I just keep these here. And then now we have Pristin. I am slowly working on this collection. It's a very, very slow process, but I really wanted to collect their cards because I really loved their group, and I'm really sad that Pledis just like didn't even give them a chance. So yeah, that's why I am trying to collect their cards. It's very difficult. It's very hard to find their cards. So I'm doing it very casually and at my own pace. So like you can see, like I've had an easier time finding their debut album, but finding their first comeback has been a little bit more difficult. And then I have the subunit cards for Pristin V, which I'm almost complete with. They've been pretty easy for me to find. And then I decided to store these ID cards. Before I had them in a 9 pocket page, but I felt bad that Kyla was kind of on a page by herself. So I decided to just store them in an 8 pocket setup instead, which I do have the final ID card for their first album incoming. And I just have Xiumin and Kyla back here. And then I do have the larger Pristin cards kind of right here, along with the 2 IOI cards for Nayoung and Kyohyung, because they were both in IOI. So I keep those here as well. And then I just have some of their larger inclusion cards right here. I don't know if I'm going to collect these, but I've gotten a couple of them just in passing. I pulled this one from the album, then I bought another album, and I got this one. Yeah, that is this binder. So now we're gonna move on to, I think, just like the idols I like very like seriously collect binder. I don't know. I don't even know what to call some of these binders. All right, so well, let's get into this binder. So I'll just kind of go through what groups are in this binder. You'll kind of see what I mean though by like me saying, oh, like I collect them more thoroughly. You'll kind of understand what I mean by that. So we're gonna start off with ATs. I have a couple full group sets. So this is from Witness. And then these are both from their most recent album. These are the US press versions. These I actually don't think are US press. I think I just had so many extras from the Witness version that I just collected one of each member from the Witness version. But yeah, so there's those two. So I'm pretty sure one of these is the Hello 8, and this is Hello 82, and I think this one's the US press. So there is that. And then we start with my Seonghwa collection. This front page is really sad. Also, this is not a card. This is not an actual official photo card. This is actually a card that, like a little photo that somebody sent me as a freebie. And I kind of used it as a filler because I think it looks nice and it kind of goes with a lot of the cards on this page. Because a lot of his older cards, he had like the black like swoop hair. And then we go into here. I have all of the world IDs here just because their first album, Action to Answer, Z version and A version, there was only 2, and then all of their Fever cards, there was only 4 Fever cards, so I put the IDs here. I did some really weird rearranging with this, like with his collection. And then here's all of his Fever Part 2 cards. I just wanted the pages to be even, so I stuck the IDs there. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't bother anyone. These are the Fever Part 3 cards. These are the Fever epilogue cards or the Encore or whatever. These are all the world cards. So this is what I mean. Like, this is from the world, and those were the world IDs. Everything fit on a page together. And then if I would have done that, then the witness cards would have been kind of messed up. So I was just like, I'm just going to stick them over there because there's room. So yeah, and then here's the witness cards. I do have these 2 cards incoming, so witness will finally be complete. And then I also do have this this outlaw card incoming. So these are all outlaw cards because they did 10,000 outlaw cards. And then these are also outlaw cards. And then this is their most recent album from their Finn version of I don't even remember what's the World, I think, the World series that they've been doing. So I'm still working on that. And then these are just some extra cards that didn't really fit anywhere. So like his blanket PC. I know this is a POB, this is a US exclusive, this is a US exclusive. I think this is a US exclusive too. So just some kind of miscellaneous stuff that didn't fit in because I wanted everything to kind of look aesthetically pleasing. I'm not the best at doing that kind of thing, but I try. And then here's my Yoongi collection. I did actually recently purchase some more of his cards, so some of these spots will be filling in. I've kind of neglected his collection. He's not as high of a priority as some other idols are. But I did want to try, and I did see someone selling some cards for a decent price, because that's another reason why he's a low priority, is because his cards tend to be kind of expensive. But yeah, so I am making some progress on my Yoongi collection. And then this is Jay from Hyphen. I have made a lot of progress on his collection. I know there's still quite a few gaps, but I'm getting pretty far, considering that he was a pretty low priority for me for quite a while. But we have filled in quite a bit of the gapping compared to when I first put him in this binder, so we're doing really good. And especially once we get back here to like the more recent comebacks, like this is all of the Bite Me stuff, and then we've got some sweet, and then we've got the Orange Blood. Oh, so this is Dark Blood, Orange Blood, and then some more Orange Blood, and then like I said, I don't know if they're supposed to have this stuff on top of the signed ones, but I'm gonna put it on here anyways. But I do have his Orange Blood signature. And then we've got some full group OTA Stray Kids sets that I've worked either completed or were like pre-order benefits. So that's what these are. I think these are from the Digipacks. I think this is a pop set from K-Town for You. And then I think these are the pop sets for 5 Star. I did end up doing the postcard versions for Rockstar, so I just have the pop set for there. And then I do keep Lino in here because I would love to collect Lino, but he's just a little too expensive for me. So I just keep his cards in here, which I actually think I have. I think I traded this card recently, and I thought I didn't have it. So I'll have to put that back up for trade, but I'll probably forget before I do my photo card sorting video, so you'll probably see me talk about that card again. And then we have my TXT collection. I collect Tuning Kai, but I did want to collect this set because I thought it was really pretty. This is actually kind of what started my TXT collection, so we go back to this page. I'm really, really close to completing his collection as well, I've made a lot of progress with, he's kind of like my highest priority out of anybody in this binder at the moment, so we're getting really close to completing his collection. I do know they just came out with a new album, so I'll have to buy the cards for that new album. But I am still working on Free Fall, and then these are some POBs from Free Fall. I haven't set up for the new album because I don't even know what the setup's gonna be yet. And then we have some of his larger cards that don't fit in the 9 pocket pages, so I'm just missing his Eternity Starboard version, so hopefully I can find that soon. And then we do have a couple signed things for him as well. So I have his Free Fall postcard, and then I also do have his Temptation postcard signed to him. And I did get the signed album for the new album. Let's see if I pull him. If I don't, I'll probably just keep whoever I pull, because I don't like trading signed albums. It's a little bit more difficult. And then I have some Key. So I have his full group album card, or his full group photo cards, and their full group releases on this page. And then I have solo cards on a separate page. So I have the 2 face cards. I know I'm still missing one of the face cards. And this is Bad Love. And then this is Gasoline. And then this is Killer. And then I have some Wano. Like I said, I want to collect Wano. He has so many cards. And Monstex cards for him can be a little pricey. So I'm just kind of doing it at my own pace and very casually. Here is his solo album cards. I know there's a couple pops mixed in. And then I also I do have some of their albums since he left. So I'm just going to be collecting I.M from those versions. And then also if I had some extras from their previous eras. So I'll be kind of like casually collecting I.M as well. Because he was like my second bias. Because my two biases in Monsta X were Wano and I.M. And then once Wano left, it just mainly became I.M. And then this is my Amber from FX. This is her collection. I've had this completed for years. Like literally this was the first Photocard collection I ever collected. Their albums were still in print at the time. I've had this collection completed for a very long time, so I just keep her back here. And so now we're going to move into, I don't even know what binder we have next. It looks like NCT. I'm going to move into my NCT Photocard binder. Alright, so this is the last binder I have for NCT, and this is basically where I keep all of my full group stuff and any of the full group sets that I have completed. And then also, this is where I keep all of the members I collect. I keep all of their, like, full group releases and that sort of thing. So, like, this is NCT 2018. So back then, the only members that I have that were in the group at that point were Tail, Johnny, Ten, Jaehyun, Mark, and Jeno. You'll see the sets kind of evolve as, like, members join and members leave. So so this is 2018. This is the second set for 2018. This is 2020. So at this point, Xiaojun was also in the group, and then also Shotaro was in the group. So this is what I meant earlier by when I said that I keep Shotaro's cards with my NCT cards, is because I keep all of the 2020 cards together when he was participating in NCT during that time. This is also 2020. 2020 part 2. So Resonance part 1 and part 2 are all 2020 when they did their 2020 promotions. So I'm missing a few cards here and there, but I'm not doing too bad. And then this is Universe. So this was 2022, I think. I believe it was 2022. And then this is their most recent one, which is NCT 2023. At this point, Shotaro was no longer in the group, so I'm just going to be so the pattern has changed again. I'm really having a hard time with Golden Age. It's taking me a while, so that's why there's a lot of gapping. But I would like to try and work on this collection a little bit more. So this is kind of like the best that you're going to get. The only card I'm missing is Geno's. So you're going to have, it's going to go Tail, Johnny, Ten, Jaehyun, Mark, Xiaojun, and then Jeno. And then these are the full group sets that I have. So this is an Ot11 sticker set for NCT 127. And then also this is from the these are from the jewel cases most likely, and the digipacks, because that's what I was at one point collecting all the member versions, and then I stopped doing that. And then this is, so it was 2021 was when Universe came out. This is the jewel case sets for 2021. So I have every member and I have them in age order, and I just have it like with the selfie card and then the ID card. So this is all 20 members of the group. So I don't know, I ended up getting all the jewel cases. I don't know why I decided to do this at the time, but I really enjoyed collecting this set if I remember right. So yes, and then we have glitch mode. I have the digipacks sets the digipack set for that. And then I have the digipack set for Beatbox. This is like the one version, and then this is the other version. And then these are from the two baddies sets, digipack sets. And then this was, I think, the Korean version. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's the Korean version. And then these are from the Nemo versions and the Smart version. I think this is the Smart, and then this is the Nemo version. And then these are from Candy. And then after that is when I stopped collecting because I just couldn't do it anymore because they were doing too many member versions. So that's where I stopped doing that. And then back here is just some extra cards from the members that I collect. So these are all the extra Johnny cards that I have. They can be merch cards. They can be from like the SM albums that they do, the winter albums where it's like all the SM artists, or Japanese releases, season's greetings, Target exclusive cards or US press cards that I just don't plan on collecting for the other members, etc., etc. Same thing with Mark. It's just any Pobs, extra cards, things like that. So here's Marks, and then we've got 10 Geno. I did keep Shotaro in here as well because this again was when he was with NCT. And then I have Xiaojun and Tail. And then these are just extra cards that I have. At one point I was planning on collecting the full 2018 set back when it was still in print, and then it went out of print, and so I stopped collecting it. And then so I just kept all of those, and then I've just kind of kept a lot of like the cards that I like or are Pobs or maybe from sets that I want to collect in the future or are from Kinos. I know these two are from Kinos. So I just have kind of kept all these other miscellaneous cards. I don't know why this Geno's here. This Geno should be over in the Geno section. I'll move him. But yeah, so these are just kind of all cards that I've just collected over the years. And then this is the Doje Jung unit card. Taeyong. These are some fan-made cards from one of my mutuals that I adore so much. Laramie, and that Laramie made these for me. And then this is Taeyong's first album. I do have a second album incoming, so I'll probably put it right here. These are some more of the SMCU cards that are just random SMCU cards. And then Japanese cards, and then these are just random merch cards. So these pages are kind of empty, but I always just seem to accumulate just random miscellaneous NCT cards. So I just have it set up for that reason. Because like Japanese cards, I don't collect any NCT Japanese cards. And I don't really collect merch cards in particularly. So I just have sections set up for them just in case if I do end up accumulating them for other members that aren't the members I collect. So that is the NCT binder. So now we're going to move into the EXO binders, I think, is where we're going next. Oh no, we're going to do Kingdom next. We're going to do Kingdom. I'm going to start with my full group Kingdom binder, and then we're going to move into the Ivan binder. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd have to have a Ot8 binder and a just strictly Ivan binder, but we've reached that point. I can't keep all of my Ivan cards in one binder and keep the full group sets in the binder. And the reason I say Ot8 is because technically there's 7 members, but Chiwoo is a member of the group and then he left, and then I don't like saying this, and then they added Hwan. I don't like to say replaced. They added Hwan once Chiwoo left, so there's 8 members total, so I just say Ot8 because I still very much support Chiwoo, and I obviously support Hwan. So this front page here is just a mixture of Pobs from all 8 members. So we've got Dawn, Arthur, Moojin, Louis, Ivan, Hwan, Jahan, and Chiwoo, and this is in age order. And then I have this Arthur and Ivan Pob just right here in the middle. But we start off with their first album, History of Kingdom Part 1. This was Arthur's album, so here's that full set. And then we have Part 2. This was Chiwoo's album. You'll notice that I alternate the pattern, and the only reason I do this is so that the pages don't like bend, because I noticed that when I was keeping them all in this pattern, that like the pages were like bending all weird. So this is just to kind of prevent that from happening. So you'll kind of notice it alternate. And then this is from Chiwoo's album as well. This is Ivan's album. So this is History of Kingdom Part 3. Also History of Kingdom Part 3. History of Kingdom Part 4. This was Moojin. No, this was Dawn. This was Dawn's album, as was this version. And then this is Part 5. This is Louis' album. Also Part 5. This is Part 6. This is Moojin's album. And then also Moojin. And then these are like the little like badge things that they had with them. So this is also from Moojin's album. Also Moojin, this is a light stick set, and then this is a pop. This is the Weverse pop set. You got like a full set of Pobs if you bought 2 albums, and then same thing with this. If you bought the light stick, you got a full group set. And then this is from their most recent album. This is the Fatalistic version. I have not really started on this yet because I still have group orders incoming. So this is Jahan's album. So you see this one Ivan here, but that is all I have currently. Yeah, so that I just have this one Ivan. I do have some more cards incoming. I just don't have them yet. And then this is the light stick set for that version. And then back here, we just have some miscellaneous Pobs because I just accumulate random members Pobs as well for Kingdom. It just happens. So we've got this Dawn up here. We've got Arthur. And we have more Arthur, we have some Juan right here, and then I have this Jahan. And then these were from Chiwoo's albums. These were actually group cards that came in the album. I just keep them back here. And then we have some larger kingdom inclusions. So I keep all of my larger kingdom inclusions in here as well, just because it fills up the binder a little bit more. So these are from Louis era. These are from Ivan era. These were from an event that, from a Japanese event. Like I said, these are from Louis era. And I keep Ivan's stuff separate from everyone else's. So all of Ivan's larger inclusions will be in that binder. These are a couple Weaver things from Louis' era. This is from, I think, Ivan's era. This was given out as like a benefit. And then we've got these full group postcards from Chiwoo era. So that is all I have for the full group kingdom binder. So now we're going to move into just like the strictly Ivan binder. If I can get this to close, please. What is going on here? We've got a snag. All right, so here is the Ivan binder. I have this like signed poster from their tour that they did during Mujin's era. A lovely mutual of mine gave this to me, and I really, really appreciate it. I eventually want to get it framed and actually put it on my wall. But until then, this is where it's going to live because I feel like this is the best place I can protect it. It's a little bit too big for my binder pages, so that's why I put it here. But here is my Ivan collection. So this is a very extensive and I would even say a little bit unnecessary pop collection. I'm attempting to collect all of Ivan's pops, and Kingdom has a lot of pops. So I just want to preface this with like, I have put a lot of work into this collection, but it is a little excessive. So I just want to put that warning out there. So these are from part 1, and then I'll just kind of show where each era starts and ends. So yeah, they only did 4 POVs for part 1, and I really wish that we could go back to that. And then this is where part 2 starts. So this was Chiwoo's era. And then we can go back here into here. And then all the way up to here is where Chiwoo era's is. And this is where part 3 is. So this was Ivan's era. So this was like when they did his album. So these are all part 3. And all the way up to here is part 3. And then this is where part 4 starts. There's a limited card that I will probably never get my hands on, and that's what goes right there. So these are all part 4. And this is where things start to get a little bit crazy. So we've got all these are part 4, all these are part 4. All the way up until right here is part 4. And then this is where part 5 starts. So these are all part 5. And this is where you're going to start to notice that I'm missing stuff. So, yeah, this is where things went really, really crazy, and I just had no idea what to expect because the previous eras, you know, they had a decent amount, but it wasn't to the point where I couldn't I couldn't join like all of the group orders for them. So this is where I started to struggle. And actually, while we're at it, I think I passed it already. This is actually the fan meet or this outfit is where I actually got to meet him. I got to do a fan call with them and they were in these outfits. So that's like, especially these 2 pops in particular, very special to me because I actually got to do a fan call with them, which I'm super appreciative of. So, but yeah, like this is where the pops went insane. So we're still on part 5. So this is all still from the same album, which is just crazy. Yep, we're still on part 5. So I love these Christmas pops. The Christmas pops are so cute. Still part 5. I think we're getting towards the end of part 5 though. So, yeah. So in this is where part 6 starts, which I think part 6 has even more than part 5 does, but I'm missing a lot from part 6 because I had a really, really bad GOM experience with the part 5 albums. And I got scammed out of like a Polaroid from the fan call event that I joined. It was like a whole thing. And yeah, so during part 6, I took a break and I wasn't really collecting his pops at that point because after part 5 happened, I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. I can't do this. This is too many. So I took a break from collecting his pops during part 6, which is why there's so many empty holes. But it is something that I'm slowly working on, and I'm just going to do very casually and just take my time with it. I don't think I'll ever have a finished collection for him, specifically for that limited edition card I talked about earlier from part 4. But, and there's like also some winner PCs that I missed out on during part 6 that I think are going to be difficult for me to find. But again, I really enjoy collecting Ivan, and so this is just something that I do just for fun to kind of, it helps me kind of fill in that void of like wanting to collect other members from other groups. And it kind of keeps me focused on collecting like my favorite members, and it gives me something to do when maybe comebacks aren't as prevalent. So yeah, these are all still part 6. I did prioritize collecting some of like the more like unique cards during this era, so I got really lucky there. Because I did still buy pobs, I just didn't buy like every single pob that happened during this event. So I think all the way up to here is where part 6 is. This spot is empty because I do have a broadcast card that I wanted to leave a spot open for, but it is currently on my shelf. But I did want to leave a spot open for it just in case. And I do have a part 7 broadcast coming in as well. So this is where part 7 starts. And I still have a lot of part 7 cards trickling in. It's the most recent era. But I do have most of these secured except for this card right here. But everything else is pretty much secured. I just have one group order manager, I think, at this point. And then I have some other cards trickling in from like other group orders that people are hosting. So yeah, it's been a little bit better this comeback. There isn't as many cards. They did do a fan meet though, so some of the fan meet like merch cards are kind of hard to find. But it hasn't been as bad as you can see. Like this is all part 7. But like I said, I have a lot of these incoming. They just haven't come in yet. So that is all I have for his pobs. And then this is just kind of some miscellaneous like pob pre-order benefit stuff and like merch stuff. I don't collect like a lot of the mini IDs or anything like that, so just if I accumulate them, I put them here. If not, I'm fine with it. Like this is from a drink event that they had, like a cafe event that they had in Korea that I have this for. So yeah, I don't go out of my way to collect those, but if someone offers them or if like I get them from the events that I already joined for the pobs, I keep them. These are from Japanese events. This is from a Japanese pop-up store event that they did. This is a pre-order benefit from part 4, I believe. This is from his part 3 album. This is from Louis' album. This was one of the GOMs that I joined. They did like a Q&A. They let us ask questions, and so I asked him a question, and that's what this is from. This is from the pop-up event. This is a pre-order benefit. This was a pre-order benefit. This was from their fan kit, and then this was also a pre-order benefit. So yeah, like just a lot of miscellaneous Ivan things. I literally see something with Ivan's face on it and I buy it without thinking. It's really, really bad. But yeah, that is my Ivan collection. This is probably one of the biggest extensive collections besides my EXO collection that I've really spent a lot of time on. I'm really proud of. But yeah, so that is my Ivan collection. Now we're going to move into all of my EXO photo card binders, and then after that, then we'll start moving into the larger inclusion binders. So the first EXO binder that I'm going to get into is just my miscellaneous EXO merch cards that aren't Xiumin. So I do have a lot. Again, it's kind of a similar thing to NCT and Kingdom, where I just tend to accumulate a lot of miscellaneous EXO cards because they're one of my alt groups, and like I join group orders, I buy their season's greetings, things like that. So that's where a lot of that tends to come from. So I just keep them all in this binder right here. So this is Suho's page. So like I've got like his growl cards. These are all season's greetings. This is from their DVD. Xiumin wasn't present during this time frame, so I didn't collect Xiumin for it. So I pulled Suho and I just kept him. Same thing back here. These are all like season's greetings cards. Things like that. So yeah, it's literally just things that I've gotten as either freebies that are official cards or from season's greetings. Like it's pretty crazy. These are all Baekhyun's. These were kind of like pre-order benefits or like shop benefits when you bought his Japanese album. So I kept them. Then we have Chen. Same thing. Pink Christmas cards. Again, it's just really miscellaneous things from their albums or just like whatever. Here's Chanyeol. And then we have Dio. And then we have Kai. And then we have Sehun, which I do have a little bit more for Sehun because I do actually collect. For a while there, I biased him as well as Xiumin, and he is still technically my second bias in EXO. So I have like some of his more like merch cards that I've actually purchased. So yeah, and then I did pull this iconic. Oh, I pulled the iconic coffee card. I'm so happy that I pulled that. I got his pink Christmas cards because I joined a group order for Xiumin's, and to increase my chances of getting Xiumin, I also like bought more. So I ended up getting his full set too. These are a couple miscellaneous pobs that I bought during Exist era, Season's Greetings, this iconic Season's Greetings that everyone's talking about right now. And then back here is the Chinese members. So we have Luhan, Lei, and Tao, and then these are some unit cards from their Season's Greetings this year. SMCU Palace ticket that was EXO, and then these are like full group cards or unit cards. And then I also have a bunch of the EXO fan meet fortune cards back here. I was lazy and I only like marked off who it was. So that's just this binder. So now we're gonna move on to the Xiumin binder, I believe. Yes, Xiumin binder. All right, so here is another collection that I kind of need to give a little warning for. This is another collection that is excessive, but I love him, and he is best boy, and he is the ultimate bias, like the ultimate bias. So I am very casually collecting his merch cards. He has so many, like I should probably throw up a template or something showing like how many cards he has. But like, I really just like want to collect more of his cards because I just enjoy collecting Xiumin. So that's why I started doing this, was for that reason. So just prefacing, this collection is there's a lot of empty holes, and I really shouldn't even have these. I should just collect whatever I have. But it's just easier that way because then I don't have to shift everything over, because I do have quite a bit. So these are all just merch cards. I'm not going to go through and really like specify what each card is. I'm just, because that will take forever. I might like do a couple shout outs, like this one. They did a collaboration with KFC, and so they had a KFC card, like really random cards that, like, again, it's one of those things with the same thing with Ivan. Like if I see anything with Xiumin's face on it, I buy it and I don't think about it too much. So it's really bad, I'm not gonna lie, but I just really enjoy collecting his cards, and it just gives me something to do. Again, like I said, similar to Ivan, it gives something for me to do during maybe like downtime when I'm not really, like, none of my like groups are active and I'm caught up with collections, which is definitely not true ever, but I just do it because it's fun. And there's a couple, I have a lot of like EXO like group order managers that I follow, and sometimes they host group orders and things like that, so I'll just join them if I see any like Xiumin cards that I'm missing that I don't have for a decent price. So yeah, that's kind of there was a while there where I was like trying to like collect all of his stuff, but it's just so hard to keep up on collecting all of his merch. And you'll see that later in this binder. You'll see because like right now we're only getting like a few select cards here and there, but you'll see when it increases that I like tried to start collecting everything, and it's too much. It's just too much, too expensive. It's just better just to do it at my own pace, and so now I'm doing it more at my own pace. But yeah, it's excessive how much SM releases for their artists. The only thing that I am prioritizing is his solo album pops and things like that. That is something that I will prioritize over everything else, because that's his solo album, and I really wanted to support him during his solo album. So I'm doing pretty good at collecting all of his brand new stuff. I'm still missing some things, but that is something that I will be prioritizing still, is his brand new stuff. Everything else, like all the other merch cards and things like that, aren't as high of a priority. So this is where I decided to collect all of the Season's Greetings pobs, only to then realize that they're all basically the same. So yeah, these pages are pretty complete, and they as far as like all of the like shops that were hosted for Season's Greetings. But if, like I said, they're like basically the same photo over and over again with a slightly different cut. So yeah, I didn't do that again after that. So I didn't do that this year. So yeah, and then I do have majority of his exist pops because that is something else that I prioritized, was getting a lot of his exist pre-order benefits and merch cards. So you'll see quite a bit of that. I am still missing quite a few of their trading card set cards, but that is something that I'm going to try and work on a little bit soon. But yeah, so I have sections of the collection that I'm prioritizing, but the collection as a whole is more casual. So yeah. So that is all of like the normal 9 pocket stuff, and then we have all of the like larger inclusions back here. So these are all like his flow cards, which don't fit in 9 pockets. Some Japanese stuff that doesn't fit in 9 pockets. And we've got like fan meet stuff. These are all from his like right before he went to the military. Larger inclusion seasons greeting stuff. Debut anniversary fan meeting stuff. Happy birthday cards, which I couldn't find anything for his birthday stuff this year, which I'm sad about, but it's okay. This is an album inclusion. This is like their Sing For You like standees. I just put that in here. So yeah, it's just like a lot of just miscellaneous larger Xiumin inclusions, because I just keep all of my Xiumin inclusions similar to my Ivan collection, where I just keep everything in one place. It's just easier that way. Since he is an alt, I do prioritize his collection over other collections. So yeah, I just keep basically anything with his face on it in here. So it's a little crazy, a little all over the place, but yeah. It's funny going through these binders though, because it's just making me realize it's like, wow, like I really have a lot of Xiumin stuff. So yeah, that is everything that I have for Xiumin. I don't think no, there's nothing on the back here. So that is the Xiumin binder. So now we're going to move on to the EXO solo binder, which includes all of the solos and subunits for EXO. I was really hoping that it was going to be easier for me to be able to find a lot of these cards, but it has actually been fairly difficult, especially with the solo releases. So this binder's not as far along as I was hoping it would be, but I'm doing with what I'm given. A lot of their solo, like I said, a lot of their solo album cards are really like hard to find for some reason all of a sudden. So we're going to start off with EXO CBX. So I start with subunits. So this is all of CBX's cards. I'm literally just missing this Baekhyun. I think I might have bought him off of Pokemarket, but I could be wrong. Hopefully I did, because I would like to finish my CBX collection. And then this is the EXO SC cards, and I do have a couple of the unit cards down here. I do think I have the 3rd unit. So this is from their first album, and then I think I have their stuff from their 2nd album too. I kind of alternate with SC so that they kind of look cohesive. So I have like Chanyeol, and then like a row of Sehun, and then another row of Chanyeol, and then another row of Sehun, and then this is where 1 billion views is. So like same thing. And then I have the Super M cards. So these are Baekhyun's and these are Kai's. So I'm collecting both Baekhyun and Kai's. This is a slow collection too, especially because we've got Froggy Bake. And Froggy Baekhyun is going to take me forever to find for a decent price. I'm half tempted just to keep buying the album sealed until I can get it, because it's going to be easier and probably cheaper that way. And then we go back into the solo card section. Obviously, I have a finished Xiumin solo card set. And then we got Suho and his solo albums. So he's got 2 albums. I'm almost done. I think I have one of these cards incoming, but I'm not sure which one. And then we've got Lay and his solo album cards. And then Baekhyun. He has quite a bit because he's done quite a few solo releases. And I think I have a finished Baekhyun solo. Yes, I do. So I have a finished Baekhyun solo album collection. Chen, he's one of the ones I'm struggling with. I have his first 2 albums finished, but his last scene and then his Polaris album, which is his Japanese album, have been really difficult to find cards for. So this is where my collection starts to lack a little bit. And then we have Kyungsoo, Dio. I have all of his first album cards, and I haven't even started working on his 2nd album cards, but he has quite a few. Kai, again, same thing. I'm really struggling to find a lot of Kai cards, which I think is really weird, because I feel like he's one of the more popular members. So you would think that his cards would be a little bit easier to find. But I had no problem finding them up until recently. So I don't know if like their albums went out of print or like what's going on. But I do have this iconic card, which I'm glad about. So there's all the Kai cards, and then I do have Tao and Luhan. They do have some solo Chinese releases. So this is from Tao's The Road, and then this is from Luhan's Reload. I don't think I have anything on the back, no. So these are just like the Chinese member solo, the ex-Chinese member solo page, because I just don't think it's going to grow, so it just kind of stays back there. So that is the subunit and solo binder. So now we're going to move on to my favorite collection to look at, because it's the completed collection, well, almost completed, thanks to Exist, but the Ot11 EXO binder. So this is a hefty binder, but it is the collection that I am most proud of out of any other collection that I own. I do have a completed Ot11 collection all the way up to Exist. I'm missing 2 Beck-In cards, and then I will have Exist completed. And again, I'm struggling to find those 2 Beck-In cards for a decent price. People are charging like $12, $13 for those album cards, and I'm just like, no. I understand that Beck-In's a popular member, but that we're not going to do that, no. So hopefully everything is in frame, and we're just going to start going through it. I'll probably not talk much during this, unless, of course, no, actually I will talk. So we'll do Mama version A, just because I want to explain which version. So this is from Mama version A, and this is Mama version B. So I keep Ot9 on a page together, and you'll see where I keep Tao and Luhan's cards separate. You'll see where I keep them. So, and then this is from EXO. And then these sets are both from Growl. So this is the A version and then the B version. And then this is Overdose. And then this is where I keep my Tao and Luhan collection. So I keep them on a page together. So this is Mama version A. And then this is Mama version B. And then this is EXO. And then since Tao was also in Exodus, but Luhan was not, I keep Tao's Korean version of Exodus on the front here. And then on the back, I keep his Chinese version on the back. And then I continue where I left off. So Growl version A, Growl version B, and then Overdose. So I just figured keeping them here, since this is kind of like where they both kind of like the cutoff is between like when Luhan left and where Tao left. So like Overdose is where Luhan left, and then Tao left after Exodus. So I just figured it would be kind of good to put it right here. Hopefully that makes sense. But then you have Exodus Korean version, Exodus Chinese version, Love Me Right Korean version, Love Me Right Chinese version, Sing For You Korean version, which I know is the exact, the Chinese version is the exact same. I do have this Xiumin card, but it's in a top loader on my desk. I have like a really cute Xiumin top loader, like a top loader that has like snowflakes all over it, and since he has a snowflake in his card, I just keep that one in the top loader, so that's where that one is. This is from their Japanese release Coming Over. Oh no, this was from the Love Me Right Korea. This is from Love Me Right Japanese version. Sorry. And then this is where's this card? Okay, sorry. I was missing a card and I panicked. I accidentally put Lei on top of Suho. So this is from Exact version 1. This is Exact version 2. I don't remember if these were Chinese or Korean press differences, but so that's why I said version 1 and version 2. And then we have Lotto Korean version and Lotto Chinese version. And then we have Sing For You version A and Sing For You version B. No, not Sing For You. For Life version A, For Life version B. And then we have Coming Over. This is Coming Over. This is a Chinese or Japanese album, sorry. And then we have Coco Bop version B. The version A came with like larger postcards. I will show them off in my larger inclusion section, but I did collect all of them. So they didn't come with photo cards, they only came with postcards. So this is the version B, and then this is the private version. And then we have the Power version A and Power version B, Universe version A, Universe version B. This is from Countdown, I think. I think that's the name of the Japanese album, is Countdown. It's the one with Electric Kiss on it. I can't remember the name of it right now. And then this is Tempo version A. I don't remember the versions for this one either, because there's like Allegro, Andante, Moderato, and Vivace. I'm not remembering which versions are which, so this is the first version, the second version, third version, and then I know this is the Allegro version, I believe. This is the one that had included Lay's photo card. It's like the limited edition version. And then we have Love Shot. We've got the Love and the Shot version. And then we have Obsession, which I did change the setup for Obsession because there were 6 members and I didn't really feel like having empty open slots on the pages. So I stored them in member order, but I stored them this way. So it goes in like age order, but like this way. So these 2 versions are from the X version. And then this is from the Obsession version. But this Obsession version was in more of like the this is the EXO version. So these are like when they're in their normal versions, their normal outfits. And then this is from the Obsession version, and then most of them were in their like EXO version concept. So I was like, okay, I'll just do that. And then these are from the XXO version, and then this is the Obsession version, and most of them are wearing their XXO like concepts or their outfits. So I just kind of did it like that to look like kind of like aesthetically pleasing. I feel like it fills out the page a lot more and it looks nice still. So that's what I ended up doing. And then I did the same thing for Don't Fight the Feeling, because Don't Fight the Feeling also had 6 members, but the members were different. So this is the version, photo book version A, photo book version B, and then this was the member versions. I don't remember what the version was for that one. And then here's the member version ID cards. And then these were from the jewel case. These were like the AR concept cards from the jewel case. And then the AR selfie cards from the jewel case, which also included Lay. And then now we move on to Exist. So this is the E version. And then this is the X version, and I'm missing Baekhyun. And then the O version, and I'm also missing Baekhyun. And then these were the Digipack cards, and then these are the S Mini cards. And then back here I am kind of casually working on a couple pop sets. So this is the K-Town For You pop set, and then this is the Make Star pop set. So I don't really count these because this is just something I'm working on kind of in my own free time. But that is all the EXO cards that I have. So from here going forward, we're going to be looking at larger inclusions. So if that is the case and you are ready to leave, thank you for sticking around for the photocard collection portion. I really appreciate all the support that I've had for my account the last like month or so. So I really appreciate it. But yeah, so if this is where you leave, thank you so much. If you're going to stick around, I'll give another thank you for you at the end of the video after all the large inclusions. Alright, so now moving on to all of the larger inclusions binders that I have. I keep everything in alphabetical order with the exception of NCT and EXO. So basically everything in here is going to be in alphabetical order, so I'll just go through and I'll say the name of the group as we get through their inclusions. I probably won't talk very much during this, so I might speed through it a little bit, but because again, I don't know how much interest there is in the larger inclusions, but yeah, so we're going to start with AB6. And then we have Ace. And then we have aespa. And then we have Astro. And then we have ATEEZ. Then we have one BAP postcard up here, and we have Blackpink. And then we have Boys Republic, B2B, and I believe this is Boys Next Door. It was given to me as a freebie. Then we have BTS. And then we have day 6. We have Dreamcatcher. Then we have in hyphen. Ghost 9. Girls' Generation / Taeyeon. Got the Beat. Got 7. And that is all I have for this, so then we're going to move on to the next binder. Alright, so starting off the next binder, we're going to start off with Gugadon, just up here, and then I'm gonna butcher their name again. Haww, Ha? I don't know. I don't know. Infinite, IOI, a.c.e, I've, Eyes, JBJ, Kepler, K&K, Le Seraphim, Limelight, and Lucemble, Monster X, and Wano. This is a signed Hyungwon album technically, but he signed the outer plastics for their Shine Forever album, so I just put it in here for safekeeping so it doesn't get damaged. Then we have Newest. And New Jeans. And starting off the next binder, we start with Oh My Girl. And then we have Oneness. On Off. Pentagon. Red Velvet. These are just some merch cards. I just decided to keep them in here. I don't know if they're official or not, so that's why they're in here. And then we have 17 and Rise. Rise, then 17. And then we have S of 9. Shiny. I did perforate, these came in like a big postcard page. I did pop them out and put them in a 9-pocket page. And then these are some more freebie cards from that lovely mutual I was talking about earlier. And then I have a singular Stacy Polaroid. And then we have Stray Kids. Stray Kids will be split into this binder, but some of their stuff will also be in the next binder that we look at. These are from the jewel cases. I did perforate them as well and put them in here. Alright, and we'll move into the next binder, which will also have more Stray Kids. The reason I had to split them is because the both binders were pretty full with their full collection in it, so I kind of had to split them in half. So these are all of Stray Kids' larger inclusions. Then we have Super Junior. Super M. The Boys. TRCNG. Treasure and Twice. TXT. UNB. Fix. 101. Winner. X1. Psychers. And ZB1. And that is all I have for all the other groups' larger inclusions. So now we're going to move into my NCT larger inclusions binder. So I don't believe I have these separated by units. I think it's just separated by inclusion size and comeback. So it starts off like for say, like here, I think I just did because Takeoff was before Superhuman. So I just genuinely think they're in order of release and not by unit. So here is the circle cards that I have for all of the units. And like the oval cards and like stickers and stuff like that. So, and it's based on pocket size. So we're going to start with 9 pocket pages and then kind of work our way to like the larger pages. So yeah, now we're on 4 pocket pages. And then 3 pocket pages. And we have 2 pocket pages. And then we have single pocket inclusions. So that is all for the NCT binder. So now we'll move on to the EXO binder. Probably need to get a new one by the time I do another one of these videos because it is full. So we'll start off with 8 pocket inclusions, and it's very similar to NCT. We work our way up to the larger inclusions. We have 4 pocket inclusions. And we have 3 pocket inclusions. And we have 2 pocket inclusions. These were those postcards I was talking about from Power. But you will notice that I collect a lot of full group postcard sets, so... And we have full pocket inclusions. And then we're going to go back down to four pocket inclusions. So this is going to be all of their subunit and solo release stuff. So this is all the EXO CBX stuff. And then this is EXO SC. And then we have Luhan, Suho, Lei, Baekhyun, Chen, Dio, Kai. Oh no, this is still Dio. We're not on Kai yet. Sorry. Now we're on Kai. And then I just have some miscellaneous stuff back here that it's just, yeah. But yeah, so that is everything that I have in my collection. Thank you so much if you stuck around till the end. I really appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for voting on the video, voting for what more you would like to see. If there's any other type of videos you would like to see, feel free to comment down below. But yeah, thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye!